Okay, we're over with Chris now, just taking a look at the Numark MV. Chris, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Chris Roman. I'm the Senior Product Manager for Numark. I'm responsible for the design and deployment of all the different products that Numark comes out with. This is the brand new Envy, and we're very, very excited to show this off here at BPM in 2014. It's the first European introduction of this, and I think it's very, very interesting. If you're near the show, near BPM, you should definitely come down. If you don't get down here this year, get down here next year, the year after. There's always great things to see down here. So,
yeah, it looks great.
This is the Numark Envy. It's a 4-channel controller, and what you'll see on it right away is the fact that it has these 2 full-color screens on it. Very rich, give great feedback for everything that you're doing. You can close up the laptop, put it away, and in this particular case, we closed up the laptop and we put it away. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and grab a track. I just grab my track select knob, like you'd expect. It's giving me a list of all the different stuff I have inside the computer, up inside my crates. I want to change crates. I want to go to another crate. You know, I'm going to go inside here. Maybe I'll find a song inside there. Nope, I don't want that crate. And maybe I'll find one of my promo-only tracks. So, sure, we'll grab Summer, load it up, hit play. And there you go. I've loaded Summer up on my deck. I got, in this particular view right here, I have my needle point. So you can see the spinny disc going around, very similar to Serato's remote app. It's a very, very intuitive, very easy to understand for most people because it already exists out there in the marketplace. It is part of Serato. And then over here on this secondary view, you can actually see the waveform. So as soon as I loaded up that track, there's the waveform. So I'm going to go over here. We're going to start playing this track over here, and I'm going to show off some of the other functions that we have inside here. First of all, we brought over from the NS7 our capacitive touch knob technology. This is all technology that we've developed in-house over the years. It's an auto-correcting technology. It's a very smart sensing capacitive touch. So no matter the environment that you're in, you can always expect it to be reliable and you always expect it to work. One of the functions what that means really is we can provide functionality above and beyond the moving of a knob. When you just touch the knob, something great can happen. So I'm going to show you how you can kill your bass, how you kill your mids, and how you kill your highs just by touching the knob, right? Just by touching the knobs. The other side of it is that I can apply effects instantly as well. So I'm going to add a little bit of reverb, put some delay on it, just by touching the knob. So it's really, really quick and easy to get to your effects without having to actually activate them full time. It can be very spontaneous and just do different things with that. So that's the capacitive touch. In addition to that, we also have filtering. So you have your standard filter, but we go above and beyond that. We also add a filter roll in there. So on my filter control over here, I've activated filter roll. And now when it comes up on a beat here, we'll be able to do a little juggle on it. As you can see, I'm rolling it. It only happens when I touch it. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
All right. We've taken it one step further, though. You don't just have the capability of adding a little bit of roll. You can actually add your effects to it too. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over to the next mode in here, and I'm going to take my parameters on my effects over here. Let's find a nice, let's see, a delay. Good. So now when I add my filter, I'm going to add a delay to it all at the same time. Very, very cool effect, very unique effect. Something you're not going to find on other controllers. So that's the other functionality inside filter. Over here on the decks, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. So over here on the decks, we have all the controls that you expect to have on a controller these days. Of course, up in the display area, not only do you have the ability to grab a track, if you have the software screen open, you can change the views on your software screen. You have all the controls that you'd expect to have for doing that. You have the ability to tap in BPM, adjust your range, activate key lock, change your decks. There's a track over in deck 3, here's a track over in deck 1. So you have that same functionality also that like we have on the NS6 and some other controllers. We have a 14-bit pitch slider right here, giving you the full range of speed change. Down here on the pads, we have essentially our Akai APC pads. It's we can add things like cues. On the looping side of things, of course, you have your automatic loop. Right now, what I want to do is I want to set a 1-beat loop. So I'm going to adjust the automatic size of that loop to 1 over here. All right. And then I'm going to take my first cue point and turn it into a loop. All right. Or if I want to do automatic loops, I actually have a view for showing me all my automatics. So over here is 8th. Right? And of course we also have the looping functionality as well. That temporary basically looping as well. We have your manual loops, which you can save on a pad. And of course we have the slicer as well in here. So it's basically taking in this particular case, it's basically taking about 2 measures worth of music, chopping it up, and you can basically trigger different parts of the chop as it's moving along, all in real time. On the Envy, we've also created a unit that's a little bit smaller. So on the NS6, we were about this wide. We were a solid metal construction. We were very heavy. Solid build, but very, very heavy to bring around. This is also a similar, very solid build, but we've removed some of the metal aspects of it, made it a little bit lighter, made it far more portable. And it's about the same size as a competitive product from another brand. I don't want to talk about other brands, but that's been out there for a few years. It's about the size of that. We've added the displays, we have the wheels, and we've created a really compelling solution. Now you can go into the club, you can see what's going on. You don't have the laptop between you and the crowd. You're working the crowd, you're working what you're doing here, you have instant access. It's just like using a couple CD players in that sense, where if you're used to working in that kind of environment, this is only a step further. The main advantage to this right now, though, means that you have access to your entire music library all the time, because that's the library that you work from, and you don't have just a little bit of it that you might have on a thumb drive. The crossfader is InnoFader compatible. It has balanced outputs on the back of it. It has unbalanced outputs. It has a booth output on it. Has an input for auxiliary input over here for like an iPod or CD player or something else like that. Microphone input with tone control. 2 headphone jacks on the front of it. Split cue monitoring on the front. And this is the Numark Envy, and it's coming out in October.
Perfect. Thanks so much for that, Chris. This is Martin with SoundbaseTV at the Numark stand, taking a look at the Envy with Chris, the product specialist. As always, like, comment and subscribe for more content.